Welcome to a brand new Stardew Valley playthrough. I'm joined by my brother Randy as we take on this new farm together. For our first month, I've set a few goals to work towards. First, I want to start donating to the community center. I also want to purchase both backpack upgrades and upgrade our fishing rod. And lastly, I want to start gifting and earning hearts with people around town. So let's start with day 1. I began by making my character and naming my favorite thing. I loaded in and began clearing the area around my farm and planting the parsnip seeds that I had just gotten. After that, I continued clearing more of the area and used the wood I had just gathered to craft our first chest. This used up all our energy for the day, so we decided to call it an early night since there wasn't much else we could do on day 1. And we were both ready to start day 2 when this happened. Something's happening. A crop fairy already?
Holy shit!
The first night. What is the odds of that? That's crazy. Why is it your crops? That's fucked up. That's fucked up, honestly. This game is fucking rigged.
Oh, that's gonna get all my crops too.
Whoa,
That's crazy.
the first night?
That's actually insane.
Wow. The next morning, after watering our crops and taking on our first help wanted task, we made our way to Willie's to pick up our very first fishing rod. We needed to collect 2 chubs for the help wanted task, so we started fishing for them in the river. And then quickly realized we were in the wrong spot and headed up to the mountain lake. While making our way up to the lake, we took a moment to talk to a few people along the way. I spent the rest of the day catching the fish I needed, then headed home for the night, but not before stopping by the saloon to talk to a few more people. We went to bed and ended the night by reaching level 1 in both fishing and foraging. We began day 3 by collecting 300 wood so we could repair the bridge to the other side of the beach. After repairing the bridge, I stopped by Willie's to deliver the fish he needed for the help wanted task, and earned a small reward in return. We then spent the rest of the day fishing in order to earn some more gold. And I got our first achievement. We also managed to catch some of the fish needed for the community center, including the eel. I ended the night by talking to Leah at the saloon and earning level 2 in fishing. I started day 4 with a simple goal: complete the introduction quest by talking to everyone in town. It started off fairly simple, with most people being in their houses or around the town square. Once I'd spoken to everyone I could in town, I headed up to the mountains to catch a few people I'd missed earlier in the week. I also gave my very first gift to Linus, and I think he liked it. After talking to Linus, I realized I only had 2 people left to meet: Sam and Elliot. I spent some time running all over town and finally managed to track down Sam. For the rest of the day, we fished by the pier, hoping that Elliot might leave his house. He never did. To wrap up the night, I sold all the fish I had caught, which gave me just enough money to afford our first upgrade the next day. Day 5 started with our first harvest of the season. I then headed into town where I accepted another help wanted task, and finally purchased the first backpack upgrade. After that, I headed to the river to catch a few smallmouth bass for Demetrius. Then, as I headed to the beach, I acquired our very first artifact for the museum. I made my way down to the pier and finally talked to Elliot, who was the last person we needed to greet for the introduction quest. I then headed over to the museum to donate our first item that we had just collected. After that, I made my way to the mountains to deliver the fish Demetrius had requested, and took the opportunity to give Linus a second gift for the week, completing another quest in the process. I spent the rest of the day fishing and managed to get our first geode and mineral. I ended the night by finally reaching level 1 in farming and moving up to level 3 in fishing. Day 6 started off slow, as I chopped trees for most of the morning. On my way into town, I ran into Mayor Lewis, who finally introduced me to the community center. After that, I stopped by Pierre's to pick up one of the spring crops that we still needed to complete that bundle. I then headed up to the community center to try and understand the language of the Junimos. Is this on Duolingo? Next, we headed up to the cave to start our very first mining trip. We quickly worked our way down to level 10, earning a few pieces of copper before heading home for the night. On the way home, we made a quick stop by the river to catch a bream for Evelyn's help wanted task, and I wrapped up the night by reaching level 2 in foraging. We started off day 7 by learning our very first recipe from the Queen of Sauce, but things quickly took a turn when it came time to craft our very first furnace.
Can I have some of your copper?
No. Then
But
I
so you
won't
have
have
a furnace for
But then
all of
I
it.
won't have enough. Then let me craft it if you don't care. Yeah,
Let's both-
exactly.
Let's both put up
Exactly.
10 copper. Let's both put up 10 copper for it, okay?
Well, I don't care how much. I just want to craft it so I get the achievement. That's what I'm saying. I finally crafted the furnace, only to realize it didn't matter at all since there's no reward for doing it, which is why I crafted it in the first place. After that spirited debate, we headed to the forest to check out the traveling cart and speak to the wizard about the community center. I gave Evelyn the fish we caught last night and earned our first prize ticket as a reward. I immediately cashed it in for 12 carrot seeds, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I did need more seeds to plant since I was seriously neglecting planting any crops for some reason. I then headed to Willie's to purchase the first fishing rod upgrade. I used this new rod to catch a few fish, while Randy began donating all the items we had accumulated over the past week to the community center. While fishing, I managed to get a treasure chest with 2 amethysts, which will come in handy later in the day. I then attempted to break open my geodes, but forgot that Clint's shop closes at 4 for some reason. Like you couldn't stay open 1 more hour like everyone else? After that disappointment, I kept on fishing for the rest of the day before heading over to the saloon. I decided to romance Emily, so I gave her the amethyst we found earlier in the day. I returned to the farm and planted the carrots we had gotten before heading to bed, wrapping up our first week on the farm. So as we settled into our second week on the farm, hey, that's not me. So I actually lost my recording for this week, so you get to watch Randy's perspective instead. I will try my best to explain what I was doing this week, so sorry if it gets a little confusing. We began the day by watering our crops before heading back to the cave to continue our mining journey. I was thrilled to finally get a glow ring, and Randy also found an ancient seed, something that will definitely be a big help with our farming journey in the future. We made quick work of the other floors, finally reaching level 20, which was our goal for the day. We headed back home and I ended the day by earning level 1 in both combat and mining. Day 9 started just like all the others, with us harvesting and watering our crops. Side note, we'll be tending to our crops daily, so I'll probably stop mentioning it unless something noteworthy happens with them. I spent the morning smelting some of the ore that we had gotten from the previous day in the mines. We headed into town and accepted a quick help wanted task for Robin. And after disrupting the town's workout class just to gift it to her, we headed over to the museum to donate the ancient seed along with a few other minerals we had collected from the mines. We spent the rest of the day fishing and then ended the night by planting our ancient seeds. On day 10, we decided to work on some more things we still needed to complete the community center bundles. Once we sorted through the items we'd already collected, I headed to the community center to donate them. While I headed up to the mountains to catch the lake fish we were missing, Randy headed down to the beach to grab a few things for the crab pot bundle. After catching another fish needed for the night fish bundle, we called it a day and headed to bed, wrapping up another successful day on the farm. Day 11 was a pretty chill day, with most of the time being spent completing different tasks for people around town, like finding Robin's lost axe, gifting an earth crystal to Evelyn, and fishing up an anchovy for Demetrius. With what time we had left in the day, I began planting parsnips in hopes of getting gold star quality, while Randy continued to fish for more gold. After heading to bed, we discovered something new was waiting for us on the farm. On day 12, Randy and I continued our mining journey. We spent some time collecting ores and slaying mobs, eventually finishing our slime quest for Marlin. Once we reached level 30 in the mines, we made our way over to the Adventurers Guild to check it out, and after smelting some ores and organizing our inventories, we headed to bed. Day 13 brought us to our first event of the year, the egg hunt. We began the day by purchasing a bunch of strawberry seeds from Pierre, then made our way around the town, making sure to speak with everyone. Then, it was time. The moment you've all been waiting for, the egg hunt. And it's honestly a good thing you're not watching my POV for the egg hunt because I got absolutely destroyed by Randy. But it's cool. It's not like I wanted the hat or anything. We of course started day 14 as we always do, with the Queen of Sauce. Randy and I were both seriously lacking on our skills, so we decided to dedicate the day to getting level 5 in fishing. While taking on this task, I managed to earn the achievement for catching 100 fish. By the end of the day, we both managed to achieve our goal, hitting level 5. Day 15 started with harvesting my parsnips, hoping to get the 5 gold star ones we needed for the community center. And of course, I only ended up with 4, so I made a trip to Pierre's to buy more seeds. Then, Randy and I spent part of the day opening geodes and donating items to the museum. Later, I went out to pick salmon berries and stumbled across the Hat Mouse shop. Realizing my head was looking a bit bare, especially after losing the egg hunt, I decided to buy a hat to fill the void. Almost immediately though, I had second thoughts about my purchase. I look like a boy, wait. No, I like it. I don't know if I like it, but I bought it so I'm gonna wear it. I continued on by gathering more salmon berries and fishing by the lake. I wrapped up the night by planting my parsnip seeds and reaching level 2 in farming. On day 16, we spent some time in the mines, steadily working our way down the levels. It was a fairly uneventful trip, no rare finds or major challenges, just mining, fighting off enemies, and collecting resources. Still, it was a productive way to gather materials and make progress on our mining and combat skills. Day 17 started off with a quick trip into town to visit Clint, since my copper axe was finally ready. I decided to spend the rest of the day fishing to gain some much needed experience towards leveling up that skill. It wasn't the most eventful day, but the steady grind for XP was worth it. By the end of the day, I didn't quite manage to level up my fishing skill, but all the fish I caught brought in a solid chunk of money. I started off on day 18 by heading into town to donate a few items to the museum. After that, I took on a help wanted task for Linus. He needed a herring, so I spent a bit of time fishing to reel one in for him. Once I had the fish, I made my way up to his tent to deliver it. Not only did completing the task earn me a reward, but I also gained another heart with Linus. I then spent the rest of the day focused on fishing, hoping to reach the next level. It took pretty much all day, but by the end of the night, I finally reached level 6. Day 19 started off strong. I finally harvested the last gold star parsnip I needed to complete the quality crops bundle for the community center. Next, I stopped by Clint's to pick up my newly upgraded copper pickaxe. With that in hand, Randy and I headed straight to the mines to see how much more progress we could make. While making our way through the mines, I couldn't stop thinking about my hat purchase from earlier in the week. It just wasn't what I'd hoped for. But then, almost as if the game knew how I felt, the cave spirits dropped something far better. Oh, a witch hat! I'm putting that on right now. Oh my god, look at me! Oh, I'm so cute! This is so much better. After mining and slaying mobs for a while, we finally reached level 50. And on the way back home, I stopped by the saloon to give Emily a gift before calling it a night. On day 20, we kept pushing through the mines, aiming for level 60. Things didn't go exactly as planned though. As we went further down the mines, I began to realize how weak our weapons truly were. I ended up in a long battle with a ghost. And when I say long battle, I mean a long battle. This clip is at 5 times speed. And that wasn't our only run-in with the mobs either. We were really going through it this day.
Oh my god, there's like 5 bats on me.
Oh, now they're all on me. No, run.
There's a ghost on me too now, on this bottom floor. Oh my god, there's so many mobs. Oh my god.
Do you need help?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming.
There's like 5 slimes, a ghost, a bunch of little baby things. Don't go all the way down there. We just gotta clear out this infestation.
After many lengthy battles, we finally reached level 60 and received a crystal dagger, which I'm still not sure is better than the sword we already have, but whatever. Day 21 started with our first strawberry harvest. Our cauliflower was also done growing, so I took that and a few other crops we'd been holding onto and headed over to the community center to donate them. While I was in town, I stopped by Clint's to drop off my pickaxe for a steel upgrade and spent some time cracking open geodes, which turned out to be a great decision. Not only did we get iridium ore, but we also found a prismatic shard. And if you couldn't tell by yesterday's blunder in the mines, I was gonna save it for the sword upgrade. Meanwhile, Franny took care of some of the donations for the boiler room bundle. We had everything checked off except for the gold bar, which we would be getting soon enough in the mines. We then called it a night and headed to bed, earning level 3 in farming. Day 22 was all about farm work and staying productive. I started by making a quick trip to Pierre's to grab more parsnip seeds. Once I got back, I planted the seeds and made sure they were watered. With that out of the way, I shifted focus to clearing out more of the farm. The rest of the day was spent chopping down trees and clearing overgrown areas. Once the day was through, I'd stocked up on a lot of wood and different resources, and I hit level 3 in forging, which was a nice bonus. Day 23 started with a stop at Clint's to pick up our steel pickaxe. The upgrade made mining way faster and easier, so we went straight to the mines to put it to good use. The trip went pretty smoothly, and partway through, I managed to pick up a magnet ring from a slime. And after pushing through a few more levels, we finally reached level 70. And thanks to this trip, I managed to reach level 3 in mining. Day 24 was the flower dance, and I thought, why not ask Emily to dance? Unfortunately, she declined my invitation. Instead of dwelling on it, I spent some time talking to the other villagers. In the end, I decided to dance with Randy. It wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but hey, at least I got to participate. Day 25 started off with another strawberry harvest. And right after the harvest, I headed into town to give Emily a gift and got my first cutscene with her. Then, it was back to the mines. We spent the day pushing deeper, and after battling through mobs and clearing more levels, we finally made it to level 80. And we found a new pair of boots, which will definitely help with defense as we continue through the mines. To end the day, I leveled up to 4 in farming. On day 26, Randy and I decided to take another trip to the mines, but honestly, we were a bit out of our element. We quickly realized we weren't fully prepared for the deeper levels. Our weapons weren't doing much damage, and we were constantly running low on health. On the bright side, I found a hammer along the way, which seemed to be a much better improvement against the mobs. But things took a turn for the worst as Randy ended up passing out.
Oh god. No, I'm at a sliver of health again.
No, I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm dead. I gotta back out. You gotta back out.
Oh, I can't move.
You need to.
I can't move. Yeah. Oh no.
We're fucked.
Oh no.
I'm dead. Help me!
I can't move.
Oh my god.
We're good.
If I get hit once, I'm dead, actually.
Okay, we're good.
Like, legitimately.
Well then... Oh no.
Oh, well, there it goes. It got knocked into me.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I pushed on alone and eventually made it to level 90 in the mines. It was a challenge, but I finally got a better sword upgrade, which will definitely make things easier in the future. At the end of the night, I hit level 3 in combat and learned that the Junimos had fixed the minecart. Day 27 was a busy one, starting off with something special. I gave Emily a birthday present. I was shocked to learn that it earned me 5 hearts with her, and I even got an achievement for it. After that, I swung by Clint's to upgrade my axe. While I was there, I cracked open a few geodes and managed to get some new minerals to donate to the museum. To wrap up the day, I stopped by the saloon and handed out some more gifts, hoping to level up my friendship with everyone. Day 28 marked the last day of the season. I spent the morning clearing out rocks on the farm. After that, I checked out the traveling cart. As usual, there were some interesting items, but nothing worth spending my money on today. Later on, I had another cutscene with Emily, where she helped a hurt parrot. I really enjoy watching the cutscenes with people I decide to romance, so this was nice to see. The rest of the day was spent fishing. I was really hoping to gain some XP and get closer to leveling up, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough. And that's it! Looking back on this season, we've made some steady progress, improving the farm, making strides in the mines, and building connections with the villagers. With spring behind us, we're set up for a strong start to summer. There's still plenty to accomplish, and I'm ready to take on whatever comes next. Thanks for joining us on this journey so far. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. We'll see you in summer. Bye!